All right, I think we're ready to get going.
Okay. Call 26FO271, Dane County versus Amanda GATCH. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Amanda GATCH appears in person in custody represented by Attorney Derek Brown. We have received a copy of the forfeiture complaint. Waive any formal reading, stand mute to the charges. Address is correct.
All right. I suppose you're an attorney. You have asked for, usually I ask for an offer from the county, but I assume that you've already done that.
I don't have an offer yet, but
Does the county want to make an offer?
Yeah, it'd be $50 plus court costs.
That'd be $200.50.
yeah, we're fine with that.
All right, and enter guilty or no contest.
No contest plea.
All right, I will accept your no contest plea, find you guilty, and order that you pay $50 forfeiture plus court costs. Give me 60 days in which to pay.
Thanks.
Good luck.
We didn't record. Yeah, sure. There's gonna be we'll show it. Next up is Samuel Pearson, during my Zoom.
I'll call 25CM2792, State of Wisconsin versus Samuel Pearson. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Samuel Pearson appears for this proceeding by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. Mr. Pearson, have you received a copy of the criminal complaint?
Mr. Pearson, it looks like you may be on mute. Is there someone there who can take you off of mute?
If you could indicate maybe Mr. Pearson with a thumbs up if you've received a copy of the criminal complaint.
Looks like maybe he's holding it up. While we're waiting, a special appearance because it's not been evaluated. Is that the case?
Because I'm not assigned as the attorney.
Okay, can you hear us now?
Yes, thank you.
Alright.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Pearson, now that we have sound up, did you receive a copy of the criminal complaint charging 2 misdemeanor retail thefts?
No. No, I haven't.
Do any of the people who are appearing the video have copies of the?
I see some.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Pearson, there's a note on our calendar that says via Zoom from DOC parentheses drug abuse treatment correctional. I don't know what that means, but it does not keep.
Mr. Pearson, can you tell us where you are?
I'm in the earned release program.
In which facility?
I'm at DAC.
Do you know which specific prison? Is it called DAC or is it something else?
It's a drug abuse correctional center.
Okay. So is that where we should send mail?
Yeah, but they got this HIPAA law thing where it's like hard for everybody to get in contact with us and hard for us to get in contact with everybody. Our mail goes all the way to Maryland. So
Okay.
I don't know how y'all, I don't even know how y'all gonna get it. I didn't even find out about this court date until yesterday. They just
Okay.
said that I had court. They snatched me out of class.
Okay.
And
All right, thank you, Mr. Pearson. We'll probably get it sorted out, okay? So we're here today on a case where the Dane County District Attorney's Office is charging 2 counts of misdemeanor retail theft. They allege one occurred on September 1st of 2025 in Sun Prairie. And the second count is misdemeanor retail theft alleging property taken from Walmart on September 2nd of 2025. We're just here to address the issue of bail, okay?
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
So we're gonna just kind of continue going forward with the proceeding. And
Did you
I'm
say
gonna fit.
did you say September 25?
Those are the two dates alleged in the criminal complaint. Mr. Pearson, we're gonna continue with the initial appearance today, and we're gonna someone will make sure you get a copy of the criminal complaint where you are. How long will you be in the prison, sir?
I've been in custody since September 2nd. That's why I just said something about it.
Okay, well, we're gonna proceed with the initial appearance today. This isn't the day we're gonna get to the bottom of whether or not the state can prove this case. It's just an initial appearance. But
Oh, okay.
for the sake
Okay.
of getting you a copy of the criminal complaint, can you tell me how long you're gonna be in the facility where you are?
I graduate in 10 weeks.
Okay, I'm sure we can get you a copy of the criminal complaint before then. I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'm going to enter 2 not guilty pleas on your behalf. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending a signature bond and a ban from Walmart.
No objection.
Right, I'll order a signature bond. Mr. Pearson, I'm going to order that you be banned from Walmart. Given your current circumstances, it doesn't seem like that's going to be a problem for you. And we'll send you the documents in the mail.
Okay.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
And we haven't been able to determine if he qualifies. So we'll set up. Oh, actually, Mr. Pearson,
Yes, ma'am.
do you believe that you are going to want an attorney for this misdemeanor retail theft case here in Dane County?
Yeah, but I should have an attorney already. I don't know why Mark didn't tell me anything about it.
All right, well, maybe what we'll do is have somebody from the public defender's office reach out to you. Maybe by then we'll have things sorted out about Mark, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank
All right. Good luck to you, sir. We're adjourned on that matter.
You gonna do hers next or no?
So I have to wait till my partner is back, or I can have someone out in person. Do we have someone available at JRC right now? We were thinking that we were gonna start with JAYDEN Cisneros.
Is there JAYDEN Cisneros?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, in which case I'll call 26 CF 350 State of Wisconsin versus JAYDEN Cisneros. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. JAYDEN Cisneros appears by video for this proceeding. In the courtroom is attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. I have received a copy of the criminal complaint. Mr. Cisneros, were you provided a copy of the criminal complaint?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So therefore, we would waive formal reading of that complaint. It appears that the address that is on the complaint is the proper mailing address for Mr. Cisneros, and he is eligible for a public defender.
All right, thank you. I've reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending cash bail in the amount of $7,500, along with the conditions that he not operate a motor vehicle and not possess any dangerous weapons. In support of the cash, I'll note what's being alleged here is a relatively long pursuit. Even after spike strips were used, the defendant then allegedly took off running. And given the, I guess what's charged and what complaint, the state feels significant cash is necessary. I'll note just briefly in support of the no weapons charge, it's my understanding that 2 firearms were also located in the vehicle.
On behalf of Mr. Cisneros?
If there would be no objection to the proposed non-monetary conditions, however, it does appear that Mr. Cisneros just turned 16 years old. Obviously, he's appearing from the JRC located in Madison, Dane County. He has lived in Dane County all of his short life. He has provided a local Madison address. He does not have any failures to appear. He has his parents who live in the area, as well as siblings and extended family members and friends. He is a Sun Prairie East High School student with intent to graduate, if things go as projected in 2028. I think despite what we read in the criminal complaint, which of course, as the commissioner knows, are merely allegations at this point, and in light of what I believe to be any lack of adult criminal convictions and missed court dates and his strong ties to the community, I do think a signature bond is appropriate.
It's my understanding that Mr. Cisneros is being held on another matter at this point, and so won't be released anyway, no matter what I do with bond in this case. But I do think some cash is appropriate given the allegations contained in the criminal complaint. I'll order $1,000 cash bond. Mr. Cisneros, I'll order that you not operate any motor vehicle while this matter is pending, and that you not possess any dangerous weapons.
Yes, ma'am.
Time limits for the preliminary hearing?
We will not waive them.
All right, this matter will be scheduled for a timely preliminary hearing. We're adjourned on that matter.
Next up is Rayon Johnson, hearing by Zoom.
Sure.
I'll call 26 CF 349, State of Wisconsin versus Rayon Johnson. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Rayon Johnson appears for this proceeding by video in the courtroom as Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. I have received a copy of the complaint. Mr. Johnson, were you provided a copy of the criminal complaint?
Yes, ma'am.
We waive formal reading. It does, I think I have a change of mailing address to provide. Mail should be sent in care of Lazette, Lazeette, Brown, just as the color is spelled, 7945 Tree Lane, apartment 216. Mr. Johnson, do you have the zip code at the Tree Lane address?
5370, I think, is it 53704?
Mr. Johnson is eligible for a public defender.
All right, I have reviewed a copy of the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I will enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Johnson's behalf to counts 2 and 3. What's the state's position on bond?
It's my understanding there's a victim that may want to be heard in this matter.
Thank you. If there's a victim on the call who would like to be heard on the issue of bond, please feel free to unmute yourself. Let me know who you are and tell me what you would like me to know about bail or bond.
Yes, my name is Mercedes Pleadwell, and I'm just asking that I don't want a no contact. He is a great father figure to my son, and I just, I want him to be able to get out and continue to be a father figure to my son.
Thank you, Ms. Pleadwell. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending a signature bond, no extra threats of violence towards Mercedes P. It's MER. Make sure I spell this correctly. CADES. And that he not consume or possess controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Johnson, I'll order that you be released on this matter pursuant to a signature bond. I will order that you not direct any acts or threats of violence toward Mercedes P. And that you not possess or consume any controlled substances without a valid prescription or possess any drug paraphernalia. Time limits for the preliminary?
Mr. Johnson, you have the option of having a preliminary hearing scheduled in this case within 20 days of today's date. If you would like a court date that is a little farther out, that is your option as well. It's your call. Would you like your court date in the next 20 days or would you prefer something a little farther out?
I expect it for the next 20 days. I want to just get it done and over with as fast as possible.
Okay, we will not waive time limits.
We'll schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing. You'll get that date before you leave, Mr. Johnson. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next up is Jamal Davis, appearing by Zoom.
I'll call 26 CM 345, State of Wisconsin versus Jamal Davis. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Jamal Davis appears for this proceeding by video in the courtroom as Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We've received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its reading. It does appear that the address on the complaint is almost correct. I think it should contain apartment 1 for it to be complete and accurate. And when we spoke with Mr. Davis, he did not qualify for a public defender.
Right. Mr. Davis, this is, you're charged with a crime here in this case, so you have a right to be represented by a lawyer. I'm told that you don't qualify for public defender, in which case you can certainly represent yourself, but you can also retain an attorney or apply with the county for an attorney. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending a signature bond along with the condition that he not consume or possess alcohol.
No objection.
Right, so ordered. Mr. Davis, I'll order your release on a signature bond. You're not to consume or possess any alcohol while this matter is pending. Good luck to you, sir. We're adjourned on that matter.
Next up is Andrew Freund.
Well, 26 CF 355, State of Wisconsin versus Andrew Freund. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
I'm sorry, does the court have a pen that I could borrow? Thank you. Mr. Freund appears in person, currently in custody with attorney Amanda Reek, appearing specially today for attorney Corey Malos of Casper and Malos. It's my understanding that Mr. Freund intends on retaining their law firm moving forward. We have received a copy of this of the criminal complaint. We would waive its reading, reserving all challenges as to jurisdiction, form, and content. I have asked Mr. Freund if the address on the complaint is correct. It is not, but I have an updated address for the court. 6638 Traveler Trail, Windsor, Wisconsin, 53598.
Thank you. I reviewed the complaint. I find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position?
State's requesting cash bail in the amount of $2,500, along with the conditions that the defendant not use the internet, not use Dropbox, and have no unsupervised contact with minors.
Ollie, I've got
as-
in place.
As to the cash being requested by the state, I'll just note there is a mandatory minimum with this charge. I know the defendant is presumed innocent, and I know he has limited or no criminal history, but I think the exposure here alone warrants at least some cash. Thank you.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Freund is 29 years old. He's lived in this area for his entire life. He has no criminal history. He is a high school graduate and is currently employed through Meritor Medical Group. As it relates to the conditions, we are requesting that if the court thinks it's appropriate for a condition of no internet, that the court make an exception for use of the internet through, or for the purpose, I should say, and I guess perhaps through his employer only. It's my understanding that that would be a required function of his job at this point, probably any job. And then as it relates to the condition of no Dropbox usage, that is fine. As it relates to the condition of no contact I think I heard there was a little bit of noise, but no contact with any minor females, I think was the condition.
Any minors?
Or any minors. We would ask that there be an exclusion for any incidental contact with any minors, again, through his employment. It sounds like in addition to working through the Meritor.
No, but I'm saying, and I'm supervising.
My understanding, and actually I was more thoroughly reading through the notes, he actually has 2 jobs. And at his second job, he is a supervisor and he may, if he's able to remain employed, have contact with minors, but it sounds like it would never be in a setting where he would be alone with those people. And so we would ask that the court hopefully allow for 2 carve-out exceptions to the no contact with minors. The first would be contact through his employment if required for his job.
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna interrupt briefly. What you said was no unsupervised contact with minors.
That's correct.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. And then the other would be, I suppose he can clarify here today if his sister lives with him, but he does have a 17-year-old sister. And it sounds like they have a very close-knit family, with his parents being very supportive of him. And it sounds like there already have been in contact with Attorney Malos to discuss the situation. I don't know if there would be a time where perhaps they would be at the family household alone. But Attorney Malos wanted me to note for the record if there could be an exception to that condition as it relates to his sister, who is almost an adult.
Do they all live with with their parents as well?
I'm staying with my partner right now, but my parents' house is my primary address, so I do stay between the 2.
All right, anything else?
No.
All right, I will order, Mr. Freund, that you not access the internet except for employment, except as required for your employment, that you not access Dropbox, and that you have no unsupervised contact with any minor children. With respect to the issue of hash bail, I don't think it's necessary at this point. Mr. Freund has no criminal record. He's employed and lives locally. He's already taken steps to apparently retain counsel. And so I think it's likely that he's going to come to court as required. I'll order a signature bond. Time limits for the preliminary hearing.
I think I should wait that time.
He would like to waive them.
I'll find Mr. Freund has waived time limits for the preliminary hearing. I'll schedule the matter for a status. We're adjourned on that matter. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Ford, right this way. We can check this too. JAYDEN Young for JRC.
A court will call 26 CF 348, State of Wisconsin versus JAYDEN M Young. Appearances, please.
Sam Smith for the state.
JAYDEN Young appears for this proceeding by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint, or I guess, Mr. Young, have you in fact received a copy of the criminal complaint?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So therefore, we would waive formal reading. The address that appears on the complaint is the proper mailing address, and Mr. Young is eligible for a public defender.
All right, I have reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. What's the state's position on bond?
State's requesting cash bail in the amount of $1,000, along with the conditions that he not operate a motor vehicle. If I may, in support of the cash, there are what I believe to be some relevant juvenile history, if I may go into that, Commissioner.
Sure.
I guess I would object to that.
Okay. Want to tell me why?
We're not here at sentencing. This isn't a pre-sentence investigation where a pre-sentence investigation has been prepared. I mean, it's very confidential information. This is a very public proceeding.
Any response?
I think it's relevant to the bail argument.
I would assume it is too. I'll allow the information to be shared.
I won't go through specific case numbers, but I know that this defendant does have a history in 2023 operating a vehicle without an owner's consent as a passenger, a flee elude charge in 2024, or an incident dated November 12th of 2024. So I guess the reason I bring that up is this is not Mr. Young's first interaction with the system, and I think based on what's being alleged, a flee and elude count here, I think that cash is appropriate.
All right, on behalf of Mr. Young.
Mr. Young is 16 years of age. He has a Sun Prairie address. He's lived in Dane County all of his life. He's provided our office with a phone number and information that his parents and siblings and friends reside in Dane County. He attends school at Prairie Phoenix Academy, set to graduate in 2027. I'm not aware of any, despite the charges that the state has provided to the court or prior adjudications or convictions, I guess, on the juvenile level. I'm not aware of any missed court appearances. This is, in what I read in the complaint, it's not a particularly aggravated. There was not an accident. No one was injured. I don't know that we have a formula that just because someone, regardless of their age, is charged with fleeing and eluding, that should mean they automatically get cash bail. I think that especially considering Mr. Young's young age, that a signature bond is appropriate. We don't have any objection to the non-monetary conditions proposed by the state.
I suppose what I thought I was going to hear was that Mr. Young failed to appear in some juvenile proceeding. I didn't hear that. I just need 1 second. All right. This matter, given the nature of the allegations, I do think some cash bail is warranted. I'll order $200 cash bond. I think that Mr. Young's being held on another matter anyway. Mr. Young, I'm going to order that you not operate a motor vehicle while this matter is pending. Attorney Lencioni, with respect to the preliminary hearing time limits,
We will not waive them.
schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing. Good luck, Mr. Young. I'll work on that matter.
Next up is Danielle HAHN, hearing by Zoom.
And I'll call 26 CF 356, State of Wisconsin versus Danielle HAHN. And 26 CM 346, which is also State of Wisconsin versus Danielle HAHN. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Danielle HAHN appears for this proceeding by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. I've been provided a copy of each of the two criminal complaints. Ms. Hahn, could you indicate, please, by giving a thumbs up if you have received both of the complaints? Thank you. It does appear that the address on the criminal complaint is the proper address for mailing. I guess I forgot to say that we would waive formal reading of the complaints. And Ms. Hahn is eligible for a public defender.
All right. I received a copy of both criminal complaints. I read them and find that they state probable cause. With respect to 26 CM 346, I will enter not guilty pleas on Ms. Hahn's behalf. And with respect to 26 CF 356, I find that that the complaint states probable cause as well. What's the state's position on bond?
In 26 CM 346, the state's requesting a signature bond, along with the condition that she not consume or possess controlled substances or drug paraphernalia without a valid prescription. As to 26 CF 356, the state is again requesting a signature bond and no contact with Raymond E. It's RAYMOND.
He's an Edward.
That's correct.
On behalf of Ms. Hahn?
There is no objection.
All right. I'll order signature bonds on each case. On the 346 case, I'll order Ms. Hahn that you not possess or consume any controlled substance without a valid prescription. On the 356 case, I'll order that you have no contact with Raymond E. Preliminary hearing on the felony case.
Ms. Hahn, is it possible for you to unmute yourself? I have a question for you about the felony case.
He's unmuted.
Oh, I'm sorry. I saw the little mute sign. Okay. So in the felony case, you have the ability to have your next court date called a preliminary hearing set within 20 days of today, the initial appearance. If you would like your court date set out a little bit further than 20 days, you can waive the time limit, not the hearing itself, but the time limit for the preliminary hearing. The choice is yours.
Which, I'm not really sure which one you're talking about.
Good luck over there.
Okay.
Go get your food where you need to go. Oh, you got all your property, right? Okay.
I didn't even know about.
Well, we're not talking about the facts of the case.
Sure. Ms. Hahn, what Attorney Lencioni, Ms. Hahn, can you hear me? I know it's loud there, but can you hear me? I'm going to assume that you can.
Now I can hear you.
What Attorney Lencioni was telling you was that your next court date on the felony matter is called a preliminary hearing. It's a
Okay.
probable cause hearing. You have a right to have that hearing within the next 20 days unless you
The one
waive the
that's
time
divorced?
limits. Hold on just a second. That hearing takes place in the next 20 days unless you waive the time limits for that hearing, in which case it could be scheduled further out than the 20 days. The question is whether you want that hearing to take place within the next 20 days or you want to waive the time limits for the hearing.
And we're talking about the forgery and the theft, correct?
Correct. The question is just one of timing for the next court date. That's the only question I'm asking. It seems like you're back on mute. If you're not sure, Ms. Hahn, I'll schedule the matter within the next 20 days. It sounds like.
Out.
Go
ahead, say it now. I'll push it out.
All right. I'll find that Ms. Hahn has waived the time limits for the preliminary hearing, put the matter for status. And we're adjourned on that matter. Good luck, Ms. Hahn.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next up is John Potter, appearing by Zoom for a forfeiture. Just a heads up, we've been told that it's fairly noisy over there right now.
Okay. Potter? Oh, there he is. Oh, I'll call 26 FO 274 Dane County versus John J. Potter Jr. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the county. The defendant appears via Zoom in custody.
Are you Mr. Potter? You can just give me a thumbs up. Great. Mr. Potter, you have been charged with a county disorderly conduct ordinance violation. It's a non-criminal matter. It doesn't carry any possible jail time or anything like that. The penalty on this is a forfeiture of money rather than any jail sentence. I'm going to ask you what your plea is to that citation or ordinance violation. Before I do that, I'll ask the county whether they want to make any offer to you to resolve the matter today. Attorney Smith.
That'd be court cost.
Mr. Potter, the county's indicated that if you want to plead guilty or no contest to this ordinance violation, they'll ask that you pay court costs, which are $114.50. You'll have 60 days in which to pay that amount. Mr. Potter, how do you wish to plead to this county disorderly conduct violation?
If you're no contest, I can pay that right now.
All right, I'll accept your no contest plea and find you guilty. I'll order that you pay $114.50. I'll give you 60 days in which to pay it. Good luck, sir.
Next up is BLAS PEREZ.
Hello.
All 26 CM 343,
about
State of
bail.
Wisconsin
Okay.
versus BLAS PEREZ Jr. Appearances,
Just hear
please.
about bail.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Okay. Mr. Blas Perez is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. You got a copy of the complaint there? Great, okay. So we've received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its reading. It does appear that the address on the complaint is the correct mailing address. Mr. Perez is eligible for a public defender.
Thank you. I have reviewed a copy of the complaint, find that it states not under not guilty pleas on Mr. Perez's behalf. What's the state's position on bond?
For just and bail.
State's recommending $500 cash, along with the condition that he be banned from festival foods. I'll note, during the beginning of this hearing, I just took a quick look at Mr. Perez's open cases. By my count, I believe he has 13 open cases, including this one. From the state's perspective, I know these are all thefts, but more cases equals more exposure, and I think there's more of a risk of not coming to court, so I think $500 is appropriate.
On behalf of Mr. Perez.
As I mentioned in my opening remarks, Mr. Perez is eligible for public defender representation. Clearly, he's gone through an analysis and has been determined indigent. He does have a public defender assigned to his other matters. He has a local address in Madison. He's resided in Dane County for the last 4 years. He's provided a phone number. He has children who live in the area. And he does receive disability benefits and he is a veteran. I would also point out that these are non-violent property offenses. And so for those reasons, we would ask that the court take that into consideration.
I will order the $500 cash bond. Mr. Perez, I'll order that you not have any contact or that you be banned from festival foods. I think that the number of open cases, as well as the PSA, which notes 2 or more failures to appear in the last 2 years, as well as failures to appear that are older than 2 years old. It also gives him a 6 of 6 on the failure to appear scale. Mr. Perez,
I've never met,
Mr. Perez,
and I wasn't arrested.
Mr. Perez, again, it is my turn.
All right, I'm just frustrated and confused because I was told I was arrested for trespass.
All right. Well, you have a copy of the criminal complaint. Accept the bond.
That's not what I was arrested.
Well, that's what you're charged with. You'll get copies of your next court date on the way out.
That's not what I was. Next up is Devon. Yeah. Piece of paper.
Call 26 CM 348, State of Wisconsin versus Devon Wilson. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Devin Wilson is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint and we waive its formal reading. The address that appears on the complaint is the correct address for mailing. Mr. Wilson is eligible for a public defender.
I reviewed the criminal complaint, find that it states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas to both of these counts on your behalf, Mr. Wilson. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending a signature bond along with the conditions that he have no contact with Sydney S, SIDNEY, and no consumption or possession of alcohol.
Attorney Lencioni, whenever you're ready.
Obviously, guys.
Do you want to?
I would like to, I'm positive.
Okay. All right, so we obviously do not have an issue with the state's proposal that the court order a signature bond. We do request that you perhaps consider setting a condition of no acts or threats of violence to that person. I do understand that we may be seeing that person later, but it's my understanding that Mr. Wilson does want to have contact, but if we could put some parameters on and say no acts or threats of violence toward that individual, that is what Mr. Wilson would prefer.
Attorney Smith, do you just have any information about the 72-hour no contest?
Commissioner, I'm looking at the jail computer. I'm not seeing any indication one way or another about the 72-hour no contact, but I just want to confirm the spelling. I've glanced the probable cause affidavit. It seems like the person that they're requesting no contact is actually on for a case this afternoon. And their name is spelled differently on the complaint versus how they're booked into jail. SIDNY versus YDN.
All of the information I have is that it's with an I. As to the 72-hour no contact, if I could have one moment.
Sure. So.
The police and someone waiting for so wait, so you know, it's been signed charged, the judge would have that no comments, whether it's standing, whether the judge will allow the contact, whether the wage is rental changed by a judge for this work. Sure.
Okay.
So who lives the complaints assessment? Just you?
That's
Not her. All right.
I'm just waiting on information on the 72-hour no contact.
I do not have information one way or the other. Yeah.
Okay. I'll order a signature bond. Mr. Wilson, I'll order that you not possess or consume any alcohol while this case is pending. And I will order that you not direct any acts or threats of violence towards Sydney S. All right, we're adjourned on that matter. Good luck, sir.
Next up is Carl Norton, appearing by Zoom for a forfeiture.
I'll call 26 FO 275. This is Dane County versus Carl Norton. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Norton, I think that's Mr. Norton there on by Zoom. Mr. Norton, is that you on the other side of that door?
I apologize. Very difficult to hear at the moment.
All right, can someone tell me whether that's Carl Norton? All right. Mr. Norton, it looks like you've been charged with county obstructing or resisting an officer. It's a non-criminal ordinance violation, meaning that the penalty for it is a forfeiture of money rather than any jail sentence. I will ask you what your plea is to that offense in just a second, but I'll ask the county first if they want to make you an offer to resolve it today, Attorney Smith.
Yeah, that'd be court costs only.
Mr. Norton, the county has indicated that if you want to enter a guilty or no contest plea, they'll ask that you be required to pay court costs of $114.50. Can you tell me how would you like to resolve the matter? Would you like to enter a guilty or no contest plea and accept that offer? Or do you want to enter a not guilty plea and schedule the matter for further proceedings?
I am not exactly sure how to proceed in that situation, for that would not directly be true if we actually had information and also
All right.
evidence.
Mr. Norton, let me interrupt briefly. What I will do is I will enter a not guilty plea on your behalf.
Thank you.
And schedule the matter for further proceedings. Before I let you go, I want to tell you one more thing. I'm going to tell you that you have 10 days to file a written request for a jury trial on this matter if that's what you want. Otherwise, the matter will be tried to a judge only. And you'll also be required to pay non-refundable jury fees of $36 if you want to ask for a jury trial in this matter. And that'll conclude this case. Good luck to you, sir.
Next up is Elijah Meisner, appearing by Zoom.
It'll call 26 CF 354 State of Wisconsin versus Elijah Meisner. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Elijah Meisner appears for this proceeding by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. I have been provided a copy of the criminal complaint. Mr. Meisner, could you indicate with a thumbs up whether you have been provided a copy of the complaint? All right, thank you for indicating that. We waive formal reading. It does appear that the complaint contains the proper mailing address, and Mr. Meisner is eligible for a public defender.
Thank you. I've reviewed the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas on Mr. Meisner's behalf to counts 2 and 3. What's the state's position on bond?
It's my understanding there's someone who identifies as a victim that wants to be heard.
Right. If there's someone connected to the call who identifies as a victim in this matter and wants to be heard on the issue of bail or bond, please feel free to unmute yourself. Please tell me who you are and what you would like me to know about bail or bond.
Yeah, my name's Becky Peterson, legally Rebecca, and I'm Eli's cousin, roommate, and primary support person since August of 2024, and not a victim in this. I would say I witnessed what happened, but I don't consider myself any more than on paper to be a victim. I don't want a no contact order between myself and Elijah because these new charges don't represent criminal activity. They represent a mental health crisis. He didn't harm me or anyone else in the house. He didn't put his hands on me. I know that he is not a danger threat to me. I did call Dane County Crisis that day, and they refused to interact with him without law enforcement. So I did try to keep this from becoming a law enforcement matter. And when they asked me that day if I felt threatened, I said yes, but what I felt was in over my head with no idea how else to get him to the hospital. My fear in that moment was for his safety in the medical crisis, not that he would intentionally harm me. Eli is not the dangerous criminal he's been made out to be. He's never been a threat to anyone but himself. And he still needs mental health services, not waiting in jail. From my understanding, he's been talking with the jail social worker and his PO about getting into 5-door, and I think that would be the best for him. Mental health care is what he needs right now. I've already spoken to Eli and let him know that he's not welcome to live at home right now, but his dogs will always have a home with us. So we need to be able to make arrangements that work for Eli and everyone in the house to be sure that he's able to spend as much time as they all need while he's getting back on his feet without violating anyone's boundaries. The updates and pictures of how his dogs are doing are what keep him going. And when he's released and in treatment, I want him to be able to visit them at the house or meet up with us in the dog park. And I've already spoken with the rest of the household about how that can be achieved. So I just want to say that I'm going to continue to show up for Eli. He may not be under my roof for a long time, but that doesn't mean I don't have his back and want what's best for him. So I want to be able to continue giving him that support, and I want to see him get into mental health care instead of this remaining in the legal system. And I think that a no contact order would harm my ability to help him with that.
All right, thank you, Ms. Peterson. What's the state's position on bond?
State's requesting cash bail in the amount of $1,000, along with the conditions that the defendant not possess any firearms, not possess any dangerous weapons, and not to live at any location where firearms are kept. In support of the cash, I'll note, I believe this defendant has a few open cases and has had cash in all of them. Excuse me, not open cases, but recently resolved cases. Here, part of the allegations include him not complying with law enforcement. For those reasons, the state feels some cash is necessary.
On behalf of Mr. Meisner.
As I'm sure Your Honor is aware, it is not only these referred charges that are holding Mr. Meisner in custody. As Ms. Peterson indicates, Mr. Meisner is on supervision, and there does seem to be a current DOC hold. I think in this situation, based on what the statements provided by Ms. Peterson, as well as what we read in the criminal complaint, as far as the why this may have occurred, I think what is wise and reasonable and what is justice in this case, as far as bail goes, is to allow the person who perhaps out of all of us who knows him best, at least someone who is employed in the criminal justice system in the form of a DOC agent, to allow them to make the determination of whether Mr. Meisner is released and to where. I would hate to see cash bail be an impediment to Mr. Meisner being connected to resources that are being offered to him through the Department of Corrections. He is eligible, does not, therefore, I think it's fair to deduce that Mr. Meisner does not possess the funds in order to post his own bail to be released, or to post that bail so that in the event his agent does come up with placement for him, there's not that cash bail standing in his way. He's lived in Dane County all of his life. He obviously has supportive people in his corner. He attends school at Madison College. He's in his first year. He attends part-time, and he's unpaid. He is an unpaid volunteer at a local program. He has this possibility coming up. We have no reason to doubt the statements from Ms. Peterson that there is potentially a placement for Mr. Meisner that would help him. And so I am concerned about the negative effect that cash bail would have for Mr. Meisner in the form of preventing him from going to where his agent is researching as a possible placement for him to address his needs.
Right, I was just reviewing, I know Attorney Smith indicated that he's had cash bond ordered in these other cases. It does appear, at least in 2024, he posted a cash bail that was later forfeited after some bond violations. I do think some amount of cash bail is appropriate in this case, given the circumstances. I'll order $500 cash bond. Mr. Meisner, I'll order that you not possess any dangerous weapons while the matter is pending, and that you not live where firearms are kept. Did you ask for any restriction with respect to Ms. Peterson?
No.
Okay. Time limits for preliminary hearing.
We will not waive them.
Schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing or adjourn on this matter. Good luck, Mr. Meisner.
So is Sydney Strauss. Strauss. This way. This way we go.
Just meaning.
Call 26 CF 360, State of Wisconsin versus Sydney Strauss. Appearances, please.
ADA, same state.
How do you pronounce? Okay. Sydney Strauss is present in court, and by the way, Ms. Strauss indicates the proper way to spell her first name is SYDNEY. So Sydney Strauss is present in court with attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive its formal reading. Is this the proper mailing address? The address on the complaint is the correct mailing address. We have not been able to determine if Ms. Strauss is eligible for a public defender on this case with these charges. So I don't have any information one way or the other on that.
All right, given the question about eligibility, Ms. Strauss, sorry, Ms. Meisner, sorry. Let me get the right page open instead of the last page. Ms. Strauss, I think you've just been handed a form about the public defender's office. It's got instructions about how to apply. I've reviewed a copy of the criminal complaint. I find that it states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas on Ms. Strauss's behalf to counts 2 and 3. What's the state's position on bond?
State's requesting a signature bond. I'll just in the spirit of transparency, my plan today was to ask for no contact with Devon W, but I know we just had a recent hearing in which no acts or threats was set, so I understand if the court is going to set that condition. I'm requesting no consumption or possession of alcohol.
Any objection?
No objection to a signature bond with the no acts or threats and no alcohol.
All right. I'll order a signature bond with those conditions. Ms. Strauss, you'll get your, well, I think you're telling her maybe you'll get your next court dates on your way out. Make sure you, oh, that's right, this is a preliminary hearing matter.
Yeah, you've retained her on this case, or you just have her for another? So. Yep, so this is a felony. I have a preliminary for this, that's a felony. There are rules. It's just the timing of. Is that what we're talking about? We want your next court date sooner rather than later. Or if you want more time to get an attorney, you could waive it. All right, we'll waive the time limits.
I'll find that Ms. Strauss has waived the time limits to schedule the matter for a status. You'll get that date on your way out, man. Good luck.
Right this way. Next up is Mr. Lyons for a forfeiture. Ready, what you want? I'm ready for the breakout room if you want. We have the computer set up. Okay. Yeah. Let's do it, Brian. Yeah, for Brian for the breakout room. Lyles is with Lyles upstairs. Right, it looks like the breakout room is available for the drive.
What's that?
You can get started at the bottom.
Okay. But are you Mr. Lyles?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Lyles, can you tell me how to pronounce your first name?
Xavier.
All right, I'll call 26 FO 273 Dane County versus Xavier Lyles. Appearances, please.
ADA, Sam Smith for the state. Defendant appears in custody via Zoom.
Mr. Lyles, you've been charged with a county disorderly conduct violation. It's a non-criminal matter. It carries a maximum penalty of a forfeiture of money only, rather than any sort of jail time or anything like that. I'll ask you what your plea is, but before that, I'm going to ask Attorney Smith if he'd like to make you an offer to resolve the matter.
That'd be $50 plus court costs.
So, Mr. Lyles, the county's indicated that if you wish to plead guilty or no contest to this county disorderly conduct violation, they'll recommend a $50 fine plus costs, which will total $250.50. I'll give you 60 days in which to pay that. How would you like to plead to this violation?
Not guilty.
All right, we'll schedule the matter for further proceedings. Before you leave, I want to tell you that you have, if you want the matter tried to a jury rather than a judge, you will have to make a written request for a jury trial within the next 10 days, and you have to pay non-refundable jury fees of $36. All right, let's get the matter scheduled for further proceedings. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
I think she's back in that room. You're on video.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, could you hear every single word? It's
No.
very loud.
Then I would know what's going on.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna need to probably unmute. Oh, there we go. Ms. Cole is unmuted.
All right, I'll call 26 CF 353, State of Wisconsin versus ARIELLE COLE. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Ms. ARIELLE Cole appears for this proceeding by video. In the courtroom is Attorney Tracy Lencioni. Commissioner, I know we are on the calendar today for. Oh, sorry. I know we are on the calendar today for an extradition hearing for Ms. Cole. I did have an opportunity to speak with Ms. Cole briefly, who has recently resolved some pending Wisconsin matters, thus triggering the scheduling of this hearing. It is my understanding that before proceeding and making a decision that Ms. Cole would like an opportunity to consult with a different attorney, specifically the one that was representing her in the Wisconsin cases. I talked with Ms. Cole and proposed perhaps resetting this hearing for Monday if that is possible, maybe to see if there would be an opportunity for her prior attorney to talk with her. And so that is my understanding of what Ms. Cole would like to do today, is just kind of bump this to Monday afternoon if that's possible.
Sure.
Ms. Cole, did I get that right?
Yes, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, we're adjourned on that matter.
All right.
That's it.
Next up is
I'm here Monday.
Tanya Love for a forfeiture. Everybody said. No.
She has chosen to sit down instead of be present at the door.
Can she hear us?
She's coming.
Okay.
And she chose to sit back down.
Okay. I'll call 26 FO 270 Dane County versus Tanya Love. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the county. Defendant appears via Zoom in the Dane County Jail.
Right. Ms. Love, if you can hear me, can you give me some sign? Say something. All right. I'll enter a not guilty plea on Ms. Love's behalf. We'll schedule the matter for further proceedings. We're adjourned on that matter.
Yeah.
I'll call 26 FO 272 Dane County versus Scotty Andrews. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state. Defendant Scotty Andrews is in custody via Zoom.
Mr. Andrews, if you can hear me, can you give me some sort of sign? All right. Mr. Andrews, you have been charged with 2 county ordinance violations, retail theft and obstructing / resisting an officer. They are non-criminal forfeiture matters, which means that the maximum penalty is a forfeiture of money rather than any sort of imprisonment or anything like that. I'm going to ask you what your plea is, but before I do that, I'll ask the county whether they want to make you an offer to resolve the matter today.
Yeah.
The offer on these would be paid to both for court costs on each.
Just the thought of somebody dumping all that shit in my house, right? Crazy.
Oh, that would come out about.
Okay, okay, well.
Mr. Andrews, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you can, the county has indicated that if you enter pleas to both of these ordinance violations, they'll ask that you be required to pay court costs.
Yeah, if you're still here.
That comes out to $229.
Okay.
Mr. Andrews, were you able to hear that?
I muted the defendant, we're not gonna be able to hear him over this anyway, maybe he can provide us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Mr. Andrews, are you able to hear us at all? Can you give us a thumbs up if you can? That's about what I expected, maybe we
Alright.
just wanna actually not go leave it tomorrow.
And Mr. Andrews, I'm going to enter a not guilty pleas on your these matters. I will schedule the matter for one more date. It's non-criminal, so you're not going to be held on this matter. Good luck to you, sir.
So.
26 CM 342, State of Wisconsin versus Ryan Spence. Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Spence appears for this proceeding from the Dane County Jail by video. In the courtroom is attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. I've been provided a copy of the criminal complaint and waive formal reading. I believe that the mailing address listed on the complaint is the proper mailing address. And we have not been able to determine if Mr. Spence is eligible for a public defender for these charges.
All right, I am looking at a copy of the criminal complaint. Mr. Spence, it's got an address listed address for you at 615 East Washington Avenue. If that's your address, can you give us a sign, a thumbs up or something like that? It looks like that's what he gave. I find that the complaint states probable cause. I'll enter not guilty pleas on your behalf, sir. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending a signature bond along with a ban from the 2,900 and 3,000 blocks of Fish Hatchery Road.
No objection.
All right, Mr. Spence. Excuse me. I'm going to order that you be released on this matter on a signature bond. I'll order that while this case is pending, that you are banned from the 2,900 and 3,000 blocks of Fish Hatchery Road. Did you say he was not eligible or that you don't know?
We have not been able to determine.
He has an open case, Joseph Fuller from the Public Defender's Office has recently been appointed in that.
So, Mr. Spence, I imagine you'll have to apply for a lawyer on this case as well with the Public Defender's Office. It looks like you're nodding your head. And so when you're released, I would suggest you do that as soon as you're able. All right, we're adjourned on that matter.
It appears that Mr. Michael Mueller has been moved down to Mount Normal, which maybe we'll be able to bring him down here in person.
Hello, Mr. Mueller.
I'm from the Public Defender's Office. All we're here to do today is address bail. Okay?
I'll call 26 CF 357, State of Wisconsin versus Michael Mueller. Did I pronounce your last name correctly?
Yes.
Appearances, please.
ADA Sam Smith for the state.
Mr. Michael Mueller is present in court with Attorney Tracy Lencioni. This is a special appearance. We have received a copy of the criminal complaint. We waive formal reading. It appears that the address on the complaint is the proper one for mailing address, the proper one for mailing, and Mr. Mueller is eligible for a public defender.
All right, I've reviewed the criminal complaint, find that it states probable cause. I'll enter a not guilty plea on Mr. Mueller's behalf to count one. What's the state's position on bond?
State's recommending $2,500 cash and no contact with an individual with the initials AF. So that's A as in Adam, F as in Frank. I'll note in support of the cash and conditions, the defendant is set for a sentencing hearing on the 18th, so in 5 days. That's in 25 CF 510. The charge is a strangulation and the victim is AF. From the state's perspective, frankly, bond is a privilege in that case at this point, and instead of, well, what's being alleged here is that the defendant was being disorderly with the same victim right by the courthouse here, so I think no contact is certainly appropriate, and for the reasons I've stated, I think $2,500 is appropriate. One non-monetary condition I neglected to include in my request is that he maintain absolute sobriety.
Thank you. The defense?
Well, Commissioner, I would direct your attention to the recommendation that's contained in the public safety assessment, which does recommend a signature bond. We also, in addition to opposing cash bail, based on AF having waived the 72-hour no contact provision, we would ask that you order no acts or threats of violence. There would be no objection to the no alcohol condition that the state proposed, but a signature bond in this case is appropriate. Had Mr. Mueller not had a felony case pending previously, this would be charged as a single low-level misdemeanor offense of disorderly conduct. As far as other information about Mr. Mueller, he has resided in Wisconsin for the last year, having come from a neighboring state to reside. He does have a mailing address at the Beacon. He has a 14-year-old child in the area. And up until a brief period of time, or a short time ago, he was employed. So for those reasons, I would ask that you grant Mr. Mueller a signature bond with the condition that he direct no acts or threats of violence toward AF. But as I mentioned, no objection to the non-monetary condition of no alcohol, or was it substances? I couldn't recall.
Well, I just said maintain absolute sobriety. My
Right.
intention was
So both.
everything.
Okay.
One second on this.
Disorderly is a misdemeanor. You have a felony bail dropping count. So because there's even one charge, you have the right to a preliminary hearing.
What I was trying to find is whether there were any missed court appearances on that 25 case that you mentioned. I don't see any, but it also appears that Mr. Mueller may have been in custody for most of the pendency of that case, although I can't tell.
I'm seeing a bench warrant issued December 5th, 2025.
Commissioner, I do have Mr. Mueller's request record, at least the Dane County Jail. It made record of, it looks like he was in custody from February 23rd of last year
Case.
to June
Just here
26th.
about bail. So we don't want to donate stuff.
And then you cited the December 5th, 25 warrant. Attorney Smith.
Yeah, I was just looking in the case ending in 510 to see what hearing or what exactly happened there.
It's like some sort of violation report. Let's see. Pretrial services violation. Okay.
So no missed court.
Not that I see.
Okay. I would also mention, Commissioner, that Mr. Mueller was working on getting connected with a treatment facility.
I'll order a signature bond in this matter. Mr. Mueller, it appears has been making his court appearances as required. It sounds like the other matter and potentially this matter too is going to be resolved in fairly short order. Mr. Mueller, I will order that you have no contact with AF and that you maintain absolute sobriety while this case is pending. Preliminary hearing timelines, time limits.
You can have your preliminary hearing within 20 days of today. If you want to waive the time limit, not the hearing itself. If you want to waive the time limit, then they set up your next court date on 20 days.
I want to get.
All right, we will not waive time limit.
Schedule the matter for a timely preliminary hearing. We're good on that matter.
And that's everyone that